I get a lot of inquiries about the kinds of tools that I actually have in my bonsai bag, and I just want to kind of go through it. It's kind of funny because there's a lot of videos on YouTube that show what's in women's purses or what's in people's tool bags, and it's just so funny that I'm going to do something very similar to that, but this is all bonsai tools, so not as exciting as what you probably find in women's purses. But for the most part, this type of tool bag is available in a lot of home improvement stores. I like it because it's open, it keeps your tools dry, keeps them accessible, and plus it holds a lot of materials in here just to make it easy and convenient. I keep everything in here, so I know when I go to either do a workshop or go to a convention or whatever, I know if I grab this bag I've got everything I need for pretty much every occasion. I'll just go through this really quickly just to kind of show you what's in here. So, as you would expect, concave cutters. I actually carry two pair. I have my stainless steel ones, which I just absolutely adore, but I'm afraid to use them sometimes because they're just so pretty and they just feel like surgical tools. So I usually stick by the carbon steel ones. They hold up really well, great edge, and I think I've done a video on that too to show you all about that. A couple pair of shears. Actually three. One's for doing Satsuki azaleas. The other ones are just general purpose. One stainless steel, one carbon steel. Wire cutters. Bypass pruners. These are Corona. They're not that expensive. You can pick these up at Lowe's or Home Depot. It's real nice for just removing big branches before you start to style. I mean, whenever I'm buying something in a nursery pot, just to clip the top off, just to get it back in the car, these work very, very well. Again, just a folding saw comes in very handy for collecting or reducing large portions of your trunk. Be very careful with this. I don't know if you ever checked out Orlando Bonsai, but I have a post on there where I was doing a Roy Nagatoshi workshop and proceeded to saw through the tree, but then also right into my thumb. So six stitches right here. Not the cleanest cut for human skin, just so you know. Also, I have a number of brushes. This is for either cleaning bonsai pots, cleaning tools, removing the bark. It works very good for removing algae from your tree, but they're indispensable, and the different types work for different purposes. Additionally, I carry the wire that I usually am working on what type of tree, so I usually carry one or two rolls of this with me. It's a 5, I think it's a 1.5, so wide range of wires. Pair of pliers, chopsticks, tweezers, machine oil. This is for protecting your bonsai tools. You got to clean them up once in a while, make sure they don't rust. Number of cut paste that I carry, a lot of varieties, and also for grafting. Carry a lot of carving tools, graving tools. These are nice for removing barks for shari or for just carving the trunks. I have two large cutters. This is a knob cutter. It is huge, and it can remove some very large branches without problem. This is really similar to the concave cutter, but instead of the concave cutter coming in at an angle, this is actually straight on. It'll make that deep gouge, but it'll also just remove a knob on the top of your tree. Probably the most expensive tool I own, but one that's very useful. I can't praise this tool enough. It is the root cutter. This is the giant size. It makes a nice flat cut, and I use this just as much as I use my concave cutter. It is just a wonderful tool to deal with. It can handle huge roots or branches and just really clean. And I don't know if the last time I sharpened this thing, but it still will just cut sharp and clean as can be. This one I really highly recommend. For removing soil, I have a number of root rakes. I find that the single works a lot better because what happens when you get the double, one will get hung up on a root where the other one won't. This will just work right in between the roots. It's a really good way to clean out all of that soil as you're repotting your tree. Let's see. A root sickle. This is for nice when your tree is actually stuck in the bonsai pot and can't get it out. You just kind of go along the edge, and it removes the roots along so you can actually pull it out without destroying your pot, which I just recently did. Sharpening tool. My bag of walnuts, which I talk about in one of my other videos for cleaning up a bonsai pot. This stuff is awesome, and you can see it's filthy. I'm sure this is a couple years old, but it's still doing well, and I can feel the oil coming through it right now. I have a lot of protection gear as well. A lot of time I'm doing grinding, so you want eye protection, rubber gloves, ear protection, a lot of power tools, so there's a lot of times where you just want to protect your ears. I carry 2 wedges with me. This is nice for changing the angle of a tree while you're working on it. Either put it under the corner of the bonsai pot or the nursery pot and just kind of look at what that tree looks like at a different angle. It's nice because you can put these in there, they don't slide out, and then you can style your tree even though it's in the pot incorrectly, because it might not be the time to repot, but you can style the tree and it's not going to move while you do it. Just nice little things to have, and these are just pieces of 2x4s that were cut. Nice and easy. I use a lot of carving tools as well. This is a real nice tool. I think it's a flex cut. Multiple heads on that, so you can do all kinds of different carving. It's real nice for just making a natural gin or shard to your tree. And probably the most important thing that I learned was carrying a first aid kit. Can't never be too careful. There's so many times that I've seen people cut themselves, and I've cut myself, so good to have things with you. So that's what I carry with me. So don't know if you need all this stuff, but it comes in handy. I'm sure I've used every bit of these tools. Hope that helps you.